Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's been a while, and we are back with XCAL tonight at Kansas. What a way to celebrate HTSAI's 4th birthday today. That's right, we are 4 years old. And what better way to celebrate it than broadcasting a great XCAL race at Kansas, especially when you consider this race, no pit road speed limit tonight. Things will get chaotic as they go nose to tail, inches apart all night long. Hope everybody is having a great night and ready for some racing. Good evening to Jason. Good evening to Cowboy. Jason, you're making me somewhat jealous. The drivers are out on track, and the return of one driver that we have not seen in over a year in the 9, Petey J. Zeller, is back tonight. Plus a few new names we haven't seen before and some familiar names from other groups. Alex Gangler is back tonight. Scott Lamp is here. Sean Patrick is out on track. Jared Heasley is back tonight, as well as Gerald Thanos Poole. Austin Hakes is out on track. I've seen a ton of familiar names out here tonight, and things are going to get heated up. Dean Webb is out here tonight. Jeremy Root is out on track. Hey, good evening, New Jersey Devil. Hey, thank you, Jason, for the happy birthday. This was obviously a last-minute thing, so we're going to do our absolute best for the XCAL drivers here tonight as Lataro goes out on track. Lataro 4 wins so far this season, but nowhere near his teammate Octavio Rondoletto, who has 11 wins so far this season. Could tonight be number 12? Now all the drivers are out on track, getting some last-minute laps. Remember, this is, for these street stocks, a plate race. So all of these drivers have the same setup. It's going to come down to who's the fastest. And you see Petey practicing that no pit road speed limit. I've seen a lot of drivers practicing for that tonight, figuring out where they have to brake it, how much speed they can carry onto pit road. That is the great equalizer tonight. Jason, you're really going to love it with no pit road speed limit, buddy. Just over 5 minutes left to go and warm up. Then the drivers will take to the track. A big field here tonight. Looks like 25 drivers on track. And as we got this put together at the last minute, we could sure use your help. Take a moment, Hit that like, follow, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that share button. Invite your friends and family out to come watch what promises to be a very exciting race. Albie Hewan's now rolling out on track himself. Sean Patrick rolls out. Jeff Edgar out on track as well. Steven Seams in the car tonight, out on track. Newcomer Gerard Lawrence out on track. Scott Lamp, currently the fastest car on track, followed by PDJ Zeller and Austin Hakes. Brandon Keiger and Stephen Rex rounding out that top five. And as always, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop into the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. Hey, good evening, Danny. And word has it, the better Edgar is in the stands, not out on track. Octavio Rondoletto out on track, 11 wins this season, as we mentioned a few moments ago. Just looking through the stats, Octavio has more wins than the next 5 cars in line. However, when you come to a plate race, there's one driver you cannot count out, especially until the last lap, Joe Campbell. It's definitely going to be a fun one. Joe always seems to pull it out at the last minute and pull off a win at these tracks. Hey, good evening, Golden. Hey, thank you, Gerald. Alex Gangler looks like his car may be a little corny tonight. Sean Andrews just still trying to get rid of the bad luck, and here they come. Some more drivers practicing that pit road entry, that no pit road speed, and that makes things very, very exciting. And with all 3 different street stocks out on track now, it's definitely going to be interesting to see if they group up and work together by make. Doing good, buddy. How are you doing, Goldan? Earl Seams, as always, cheering on the Bustin' at the Seams team. Warm-up winds down, folks. It's about time to go racing at Kansas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Kansas. Matt Pelletier and Scott Lamp on the front row. Albie Hewins and Flying Ryan Seams on the second. The return of PDJ Zeller next to Gerald Poole on the third row. Austin Hakes and Shane Kohlmeyer on the fourth row. Matt Bear and Jeremy Root round out the top 10. Jason Seams and Sean Patrick starting in 11th and 12th. Sean Andrews in 13th. Joe Campbell in 14th. Steven Seams in 15th. Octavio Rondoletto starts in 16th. Lataro Lamperti and Alexander Gangler 17th and 18th. Jeff Ecker in 19th. Jose Godino in 20th. Brandon Kaiser, Jared Easley, Dean Webb, Gerard Lawrence, and Stephen Rex round out your 25 car field here at Kansas. Hey, good evening, Jared. Good luck, buddy. Everybody stacked up and ready to go here at Kansas. Pace truck is in. Aaron Hillebush in the flag stand. Gets ready. Gets set. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Kansas. Off into 1 and 2. Remember, it's going to take a lap or so to get these cars up to full speed. Everybody running the same setup here tonight. One of the few plate races during the season, but also one of the few races where we will see no pit road speed limit. That no pit road speed limit does not come into effect until lap number 10. First lap led by Matt Pelletier. Flying Ryan, though, already up 2 spots into second place. Trying to make a move on the high side. Scott Lamp pushing on the bottom. Shane Colmier starting to make his move. Alex Gangler on the move in the corn car. Already up 5 spots into 13th. Jose Godino also on the move, up 4 spots into 16th. Fastest lap, though, so far, set by Dean Webb back in 23rd. Looks like Dean there in the 5 car, up to speed, making the attack. Hey, good evening, Silver. Now, in the bigger cars, this is a highline dominant track, but in these street stocks, this track, they are at full send all the way around. And they can go just about anywhere. Holy cow, Alex Gangler, what a run. Just moved up into 3rd, up 15 spots. We were looking at him at the back of the field a few laps ago. And he drops down. Gangler definitely on maximum attack. And of course, as we mentioned, the return of PDJ Zeller. He said this may be a one-time thing. He wants an XCAL win here tonight. Hey, good evening, Cindy Andrews cheering on Sean. Hopefully his bad luck is gone as Alex Gangler to the high side on Flying Ryan for the lead. Well, if nothing else happens tonight, Alex Gangler knows he can go from 18th place to the lead in 6 laps. Wow, what a run. Biggest mover so far. Joe Campbell in the 00 tonight. Sean Andrews hopping in the 63. Those two working together. We've seen those two work together really, really well in the past. Could see those two fight their way to the front before the night is done. Alex Gangler seems to have a little bit of a gap. That's not something you're going to see much tonight. Gerald Poole now to 4th, and Sean Andrews is charging. The same move we saw out of Gangler a moment ago. Sean is using it up on the high side. He is charged up to 4th. Now you have to wonder who toward the back is going to pull this move off this time. Here comes Jared Heasley now up top. Heasley in 10th. Heasley started way back in 22nd. That high line seems to be the fast way around the track tonight. Steven seems on the high side, also trying to find that momentum and start making some moves forward. Meanwhile, Joe Campbell is going to the high side. He's on the move as Sean Andrews goes for the lead. Off into turn 1, Sean has the nose ahead on Gangler. Nobody is lifting, and Joe Campbell now pushing Sean Andrews to the front. Hey, good evening, Zach. Thank you, buddy. Hey, thank you, Jim. Nice to be back. Glad I could be here. We've got 3 wide up front. Sean Andrews led that lap. He now jumps to the high side. This might be a points move. Trying to push Joe out front to pick up some points for leading a lap. Big push out of turn 4 at the line. Campbell leads it. Jared Heasley continues his march to the front. Now up into 9th. He dropped down to the bottom. Now slingshots to the high side on the attack. Jared in that BRR car racing for the BRR League on Sunday nights. That car owned by Flaming Karma and Gerald Thanos Poole. Dean Webb, new to XCAL Racing, already up 5-6 spots now to 17th. Octavio Rondoletto and Lautaro Lamperti quietly riding around in the back. These are two of the drivers to watch here tonight. Alex Gangler has gone back to the lead for the moment. Now those two J&S Racing Aces cars have led a lap. They are dropping back. Kenny Storkson watching from the R&S Race Shop, likely drinking a beer. Speaking of drinking a beer, PDJ Zeller back in the car tonight, but no word on Higgins. He has been MIA since the middle of last year. It's rumored that he went to Beer Fest and just moved there. Silver, good luck with that, buddy. I've been there. They are 3 wide up front for the lead. It is Heasley at the line. Nobody lifts into turn 1. Joe Campbell on the bottom. Heasley in the middle. Alex Gangler up top. What a run for Jared Heasley. Heasley just a part-time driver. But you know when he gets in the car, he gets it done. Gangler back to the lead, but the group at the front is changing dramatically. Now Stevens seems on the move up to the front. He brings J-Dog Seams with him. Busting at the seams, reminding everybody they are here, bringing 2 of their cars to the front. Dean Webb also starting to fight his way forward. Webb now up into 7th place. Much like we saw at the season opener in Charlotte, looks like everybody's trying to get a lap lead here before the first round of pit stops to get those bonus points in. And it looks like the pack may be breaking up just a little bit. Look like Sean Patrick and his group may have fallen off the back for a minute, but they have pulled back up onto the back bumper of King Matthew the Bear. Matt sporting a different paint scheme here tonight. Back up front, everybody is battling for position. Gangler still holds it, but Dean Webb on the bottom. Webb now has the nose ahead. Webb started at 23rd. Dean down on the bottom. Alex seems to have a little bit of an advantage up top tonight. Dean sends it deep into turn 3, trying to make sure he leads at least one lap to get the bonus points. Coming to the line, Gangler leads at the line. Meanwhile, Albie Hewitt's way up top, 3 wide. He is dropping back. Gangler has a lot of push from the Bustin' at the Seams team right now. But Dean Webb may get it this time. It's gonna be close. Gangler leads again. Now, almost every lap led so far has come from that high line when they are side by side. Dean's going to need a big push from the 23 of Jared Heasley to get it done. Here they come back to the start-finish line. It'll be Gangler again. Dean Webb cannot get it on the bottom. Looks like a lot of drivers back behind have settled in. They do have to try and conserve a little bit of fuel. This will likely be a one-stop race. Most of these drivers can do between 80 and 90 laps, so it's going to be close if some of them can go the distance on one stop. And it looks like Dean Webb may have led last time by, finally scoring the bonus points. Hey, good evening, Steve. Whoa, the Seams boys getting a little squirrely. Steven Seams looks like he may want to go up there and get a lap led for his team. These guys at the front definitely not conserving fuel here. But a lot of guys further back have just stayed in line. From about 16th place, Austin Hakes on back. These cars all just lined up early on in the race, and they just appear to be riding along now, conserving that fuel. They're going to try and make it on one stop. Dean Webb still side by side with Gangler. Man, they are doing a ton of side drafting. But back from the top, out the top 5, everybody else just seems to be single file. Everybody getting single file here in the early going to conserve fuel. And I suspect everybody has had at least one teammate that has shot to the front, has made that high side run all the way to the front. They know what it's going to take, so now they can conserve and strategize as a team. Steven Seams now looking. He's got help from J-Dog. He might be able to finally get to the lead here. Dean Webb dropping back into 4th place. He's going to be there to help push. At the line, Steven Seams leads for the first time tonight. J-Dog Seams right behind him, pushing him to the lead. They will likely try and shuffle Jason into the lead here in a moment to also get that team some bonus points. Looks like everybody else who has led a lap has dropped back several spots. Everybody settling into line back behind, conserving some fuel here. Whoa! Heasley is in! Here they come, full send, no pit road speed limit tonight. Flaming Karma, the whole team came in together. They hit their pit stalls. Meanwhile, it is 3 wide up front. I tested the no pit road speed limit trick at the beginning of the season. It is extremely difficult to hit your pit box accurately every time, yet it looked like the entire Flaming Karma team nailed it. Looks like the Bustin' at the Seams team, now sitting in 2nd and 3rd, have settled in behind Gangler for the moment. This lead group getting single file has caused a small group to fall off the back. Dean Webb, Albie Hewins hooked up back behind. Jeremy Root and a few others hooked up with him. Looks like when J&S came in, it broke when Flaming Karma came in, it broke the field up just a bit. But now Flaming Karma will come out likely as a team. There you see all of them back together. They will be able to work together and draft back up through the field. That Flaming Karma team better get working quickly. Gangler and crew are coming quickly back behind. Stephen Rex, Jeff Edgar, Brandon Keiger also came to pit road At the same time as Flaming Karma, they are back there trying to keep the leaders behind them. Steven Seams has the nose back out ahead, back to the lead. Jason Seams right behind him, has not led a lap yet. They haven't been able to switch places quite yet, but it'll happen. Joe Campbell lurking right behind. Sean Andrews there to help. Flying Ryan also there. Defending champ King Matthew the Bear currently running in ninth. Hey, welcome back, Llama. PDJ Zeller just set the fastest lap of the race so far in that 9-car, 37.85, tucked up in that group. That big team effort by Flaming Karma, with Lataro at the lead of that group. And while everybody settles into a quick rhythm, we are going to take a quick commercial break. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to go side by side. You won't miss a thing. And we are back, and J-Dog Seams has taken the lead, folks. Don't forget to come back. Next Tuesday night, we will have XCAL at Bristol. Go from plate racing to beating and banging. It's going to be one heck of a race, and yes, I am back in the booth along with Gerald Poole. Thanos hops out of the car. Next week, hops into the booth. We'll see just how bumpy Bristol gets next week. Over halfway through the first fuel run, we've already seen one group go to pit road. J-Dog Seams has the lead, but it is all J&S right behind him. Joe, Sean Andrews, and Flying Ryan all right there, second, third, and fourth. And King Matthew the Bear now already up into seventh. Alex Gangler, after leading a lot of laps here in the early going, has dropped back into 8th place. You have to wonder how much fuel conservation he is doing right now. Shane Colmere just slid back into line in 7th place. Shane started in 8th, has not made a lot of moves here tonight. But as we mentioned, a lot of drivers will ride for this first fuel run. After that first round of pit stops is completed, that's when things will start to get hairy. Although the top 3 big movers so far, J-Dog Seams up 10 spots, Joe Campbell up 12 spots, and Sean Andrews up 10 spots. Alex Gangler, despite dropping back to 8th, still up 10 spots. Gerard Lawrence at the tail end of the lead lap in that 14 car, up 8 spots into 16th. That second group looks like led by Jeremy Root. Just riding along right now. Scott Lamp really pushing Jeremy Root. Literally right on the bumper, and it looked like he was bump drafting him through the turns. A risky move. These street stocks are a bit more planted, but you do see that back end on Root's car get a little squirrely from time to time from the bump. Gerard Lawrence, though, big slingshot run to the high side. And Joe Campbell has gone back to the lead. I suspect we'll see Joe move over and make sure his team gets gets the bonus points here. Sean Andrews sitting right behind him, likely to be the next one to lead a lap. Flying Ryan up on the high side, pushing Jason Seams. Can't find a gap to slide into. But it looks like Steven Seams has gone to the high side. He is going to try and make that high side run to the front. He is going to have to get a little bit lower to get that side draft, but we have seen that single car high side run work very well here tonight. Didn't get enough momentum on that shot. He'll lay back and try and do it again. Lead pack completely single file for the moment. Meanwhile, would you look at this? Lautaro, Octavio, and Petey pretty much latched together. Talk about trusting your teammates when you are pushing them all the way around the track, inches apart. That is real. That is really trusting your teammates. Back behind, Steven Rex, Brandon Kydra, Jeff Edgar, Jose Godino, Gerald Poole, and Jared Easley all still together. Remember, they all pitted on lap 30. They have a very interesting strategy. We'll see how tonight plays out. Will that strategy work? Joe Campbell back in the lead, and now Flying Ryan is right behind him. Now the question is, will Joe pull over, let Flying Ryan get up to lead a lap, pick up some bonus points? Sean Andrews also right there, has not led a lap yet. Matt Pelletier and King Matthew the Bear currently 5th and 6th. Sean Colmier in 7th. Alex Gangler 8th. Sean Patrick 9th. Albie Hewins rounds out your top 10. And Steven Seams rounding out that lead pack. Gerard Lawrence out there by himself, 2 1/4 seconds back. Jeremy Root and his group, another 1.7 back from him. Dean Webb currently the last car on the lead lap. After leading early, it's surprising to see so many of these cars that led in the early going way out back. They have to be hoping for a caution. Looks like an 11-car lead pack at the moment. Is pulling further away from the group led by Jeremy Root. It is surprising to see a single car pull a bit of a gap, but he is getting it done at the moment. Joe Campbell surprisingly continues to lead, has not let his other drivers take the lead. And would you look at this, Gangler is back in that lead group. He is going to go back to the high side, see if he can slingshot himself back into the lead. Whoa, easy, Sean. Sean Andrews kissing the apron there. Gangler has the run on the high side, down to the outside of Flying Ryan. Sean Andrews pulls back up on Ryan. It does not look like, no, Gangler's going to come down. Pick that side draft back up. And yeah, he has got the run again. The side draft in these cars tonight is just huge. In case you missed out, folks, today is HDSAI's 4th birthday, and you can go to our Facebook page, check it out. I will pin the post later, but we are going to give away 2 new iRacing memberships and 1 Arkansas DLC for American Truck Sim next Monday, so you guys definitely want to get in on that. Joe continues to lead for now, but Alex keeps building that run. Although Alex Gangler is likely the driver that has used arguably the most fuel here tonight. He must have a strategy for the long run here. Most of these drivers will be in the next 15 to 20 laps. But if they can make it to lap 83, 84, they can do this on 1 stop. The question is, how many can... Whoa! Looked like that entire inside line just had an accordion moment. Steven Seams at the back got sideways and did lose a little ground. Fortunately, should still be in the draft of Albie Hewins and be able to pull right back up. Have you guys ever wondered how much noise these cars make? We can show you, folks. Get ready. I'm going to stop talking for a lap or two, You guys crank up the volume and enjoy all the horsepower. These guys in the draft definitely have a ton of speed here. Alex Gangler losing some ground in that high line as Joe Campbell continues to lead. As we close in on the first round of pit stops, it is worth reminding everybody there is no pit road speed limit here tonight. And that means when these drivers hit pit road, they will be full send until they lock them up and slide into their pit stalls. And as soon as their crews are done with them, they will be flying back out. Definitely going to be very, very exciting to watch. We saw it at the season opener at Charlotte. Things did get wild a time or two. Gerard Lawrence, back in 12th place, is losing ground to the lead group, but continuing to pull away from the 4-car group led by Jeremy Root. That is a huge shocker. Those 4 cars should have been able to hook up and catch up very, very quickly. This lead pack, led by the J&S team, though, they are working together extremely well. They continue to fly around this track. And last time by, Latarl Lamperti set the fastest lap of the night, with his teammates right behind tying him at 37.84. But those 3 drivers have been pushing and just connected to each other since they made that stop on lap 30. Joe Campbell continues to lead the J&S led lead pack. Steven Seams has managed to hang on to that group. Shane Gourmets also dropping to the back of the lead pack. Looks like most of this group is just trying to conserve fuel. About 5 laps away from seeing the first groups of cars hitting pit road. It is very, very likely we will see from about lap 80 to lap 90, we'll see cars in almost every lap. And the question becomes, did the drivers practice their pit road entry enough? Or will we see drivers have problems getting on pit road and getting slowed up for their pit stalls? Jeremy Root was leading that second group. He has broken away in the last few laps, and Root starting to pull a gap on Scott Lamb. Scott now 1.7 seconds back with Austin Hakes and Dean Webb. Question is, Jeremy Root, can he run down Gerard Lawrence? Gerard just getting passed by Lautaro, Octavio, and Petey. Did pick up a little bit of momentum from the draft. We'll see if he can catch back up into it. Can he stay with them? These 3 drivers, the way we have seen them together so far tonight, if I'm the rest of the field, I am a bit worried. All right, we are at lap 80, and some of these drivers now within their pit window. Who will be the first car in? Alex Gangler is on pit road. Looks like he was the first in. Not a huge surprise. Gerard Lawrence also in. Not a huge surprise to see Alex Gangler in early after watching him. Here we go. J&S is coming in. Busting at the seams, also on pit road, Flying Ryan heads it down to his pit stall, and he nails it. Did not look like any of the J&S cars had any problems getting on pit road. Got a couple more cars diving in. Sean Patrick, Matt Pelletier, Shane Colmeyer, giving King Matthew the Bear the lead and a few more bonus points. Albie Hewins now into second place. Jeremy Root picking up some positions, but also having to contend with Flaming Karma coming by on the high side. That team back together on the march. Albie Hewins is in. Matt Bear is all alone on track. He has no drafting help whatsoever. Scott Lamp, Austin Hakes, Dean Webb. Dean is coming in. That group had gotten back together after Root had his breakaway. Matt Bear continuing to turn laps. Remember, Matt is known for conserving fuel, and he is only a couple of laps away from being able to do this entire race on one fuel stop. So you know the Mad Bear will conserve every drop of fuel possible. And here he comes. The Mad Bear is on pit road. He did not stretch it. Nails his pit stall. I am really impressed. We have seen nobody overshoot their pit boxes yet tonight. Scott Lamp and Austin Hakes, the only two drivers left to complete their stops. Scott Lamp just led his first lap of the night. Austin Hakes making a move to the high side. He is going to take the lead as, due to the pit strategy that Flaming Karma team is playing at, Lautaro, Octavio, and Petey now 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And it looks like as things cycle through, Austin Hakes is in. Scott Lamp is in. And it looks like that Flaming Karma team is about to take the lead. And two more drivers hit their pit stall perfectly as Petey just set the fastest lap of the night. You know that pit road at full speed has to be a stressful moment for these drivers. One mistake could end your night, but everybody has pulled it off perfectly tonight. So Lautaro goes to the lead, followed by Octavio and Petey. Steven Rex now in 4th, Brandon Kydra in 5th, Jeff Edgar in 6th, Gerald Poole in 7th, Jared Heasley in 8th, and Jose Godino in 9th. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to go side by side. You won't miss a thing. And we are back as everybody settles back in after pit stops. And let's go ahead and take you guys through the field and see where your favorite drivers are. Starting with Lataro Lamperti out front. Lataro and his team hit pit road on lap 30. Their strategy has them out front by quite a bit. We'll see how this plays out. Octavio Rondoletto in second at the moment, right there with his friend and teammate Lataro. Those two always working together are tough to beat. And tonight, the return of PDJ Zeller. Haven't seen Petey in well over a year. Great to see him back out on track. Steven Rex currently in 4th place. He was one of the drivers that hit pit road at lap 30. It is definitely paying off. That team has been on fire all season long. Brandon Kydra currently runs in 5th. One of the newer members of XCAL having one heck of a run. Jeff Edgar currently sitting in 6th place. Jeff has one heck of a run going tonight as well. Also another driver that stopped on lap 30 along with 7th place, Gerald Thanos Poole. Gerald has been having some great plate races here lately, including a podium finish last week with Home Motorsports. Can he do it again here tonight? Jared Heasley back in 14th. If Jared gets on the podium, you know he'll go full Ricky Bobby. The question is, will he go full Ricky Bobby on track tonight? Jose Godino lurking with this team, currently in ninth. Never count Jose out. You never talk about him early in the race, but you always talk about him late in the race. Alex Gangler currently runs in 10th. Gangler led a lot of laps early on in the race. That corn car has been on fire. Thankfully, none of the kernels have popped. Albie Ewan's currently out of the draft in 11th. Having a good run. He's been up in the top 10. In fact, was in the top 5 for quite a bit of the race since pit stop, so has no help at the moment. Matt Pelletier currently sits in 12th. Pelletier leading that second pack at the moment, trying to fight their way forward. Sean Andrews currently sitting in 14th next to Shane Colmier in 13th. Shane having a quiet night, just lurking in the top 10 until pit stops. When he's dropped back, Sean Andrews was lurking up in the top 3 for a lot of this race, currently sitting in 14th. If he's shaking the bad luck, this isn't over for him. Gerard Lawrence currently running in 15th. Gerard, man, he is the fastest single car out there. I have to wonder if his car even has a restrictor plate. He was flying around here earlier by himself. Don't count him out of this one yet. Flying Ryan Seems, one of the fastest cars on track. You never count Flying Ryan out, ever. King Matthew the Bear, we thought was going to stretch the fuel window. He did not go as far as expected. We'll see if this strategy works. Can he make it to the end? And if so, can he get back to victory lane? J-Dog Seams leads that Bustin' at the Seams team, currently in 18th. He has led a few laps tonight, has been up at the front. We'll see whose strategy works and does it get the job done for J-Dog. Joe Campbell, the fearless leader of J&S Racing, currently in 19th. It does not matter where Joe is now. It matters where he is in the final 5 laps. Because every time we go plate racing in the final 5 laps, Joe is somehow in contention for the win. Sean Patrick currently in 20th. Sean out there all alone, no drafting help. A rough go of it so far for him. Steven Seams was having a great run earlier, but has lost the draft, has no help out there in 21st. Dean Webb in 22nd at the moment in the 5 car. Dean has been up to the front and led, but currently a couple of laps down, hoping the strategy falls his way. Maybe he can get back up to the front when it counts. Jeremy Root, another one who has just been quietly riding here tonight. I've seen Root race quite a bit. He has not won. You count out either. He knows how to get to the front when it counts. The strategy is the question tonight. Austin Hakes now all alone back in 24th. Hakes was in that second group prior to pit stops, but now no help at all. Scott Lamp rounds out the field in 25th. Scott back at the back. But something tells me strategy and speed, that is not where he's going to end up. So we know the top, basically the top 9 cars right now, all pitted on lap 30. They all pitted together. So they should be coming in the next 10 laps. If I've done the math correctly, they will be in the next 10 laps or so. We'll see if the strategy pays off. I can't tell you that Lautaro, Octavio, and Petey are currently closing in on that pack of lap cars just behind, or just ahead rather. Riding along with Lautaro Lamperti, the leader, as they come in to that pack of mostly, it looks like mostly J&S racing cars. It does look like these cars are gripping surprisingly well here tonight. Most of them a little bit loose on corner exit. But for the most part, the cars have been gripping and the guys have been driving the wheels off of them. Now that Lautaro and crew has the draft, they're also back in lap traffic. This is the most dangerous point for these leaders so far. Sean Andrews up at the front of that pack. Here we go. Gerald Poole, Jose Godino, Jared Heasley, and Godino missed his stall. Jared missed his. And PDJ Zeller has gone to the lead for the first time tonight. Awesome to see Petey back out on track. Even here they come. They are in. This will be the final stop for Flaming Karma. Will anybody miss their stall here? Petey overshot. Octavio nailed it. Lautaro nailed it. Stephen Rex, Brandon Keiger, and Jeff Edgar likely to be coming in any moment. And this is the moment that this race may be decided. We'll see what the strategies are here. They don't have to take quite as much fuel. Could that have been the plan all along? Here they come. Stephen Rex, Brandon Keiger, Jeff Edgar in for their final stops. Lap 110. And they all three nail their pit stalls. Sean Andrews has had a problem and towed to pit road. Oh. Let's see what happened with Sean. Out of turn 4, he gets, just a bad bump. Turns heads up into the wall, a hard lick. Toes it in, and that is likely going to be the end of his race. And a heartbreak from Sean. His bad luck streak continues. Seriously, I've been going a couple of months. I thought for sure his luck would turn around. Sadly, I was mistaken. Alex Gangler has gone back to the lead through this cycle of stops. Matt Pelletier in second, 2.5 seconds back, but Pelletier is in a pack. However, that has not seemed to matter as much as we would expect here tonight, as we see several drivers coming back off pit road. Gangler about to have some help from the 7 car. Jeff Edgar just ahead. Brandon Keiger also closing in. Scott Lamb also in that group. That's going to be a huge help to have those cars there, but Pelletier still holding about 2.5 seconds back. If his group decides to get single file, Gangler could be in trouble. Edgar's going to go to the high side. Gangler gets the push from Lamp. Wow! Edgar and Brandon, man, what teamwork they have had. Those two drivers trying to get themselves back on the lead lap. And those 3 cars each getting a lap back. In that mix, though, Matt Pelletier is closed by over a second on Gangler. They are now 1.5 seconds back and closing. King Matthew the Bear at the back. You ever wondered what it's like to be in the middle of one of these groups? This is riding along with King Matthew the Bear in 7th place. This lead pack 3 wide ahead of him. Pushing the tires and the grip to its limit at full speed. Keeping the throttle pinned all the way around. And despite how well these cars are gripping here tonight, there's still a lot of movement around by all the drivers. You have to be ready to react to anything. Alex Gangler's lead is about to go away. Matt Pelletier has just about caught the leader. Looks like Gangler just could not hold on to the back bumper of Jeff Edgar and Brandon Keiger, and now He is going to suffer for it. Scott Lamp trying to help a little, but it wasn't enough. Lamp now going to the high side. What in the... Jeff Edgar, Brandon Keiger just switched places to try and pick up some momentum. Will it be enough with these four cars together? With that second pack right behind, could these four cars pull again? Caution! Caution is out. Our first caution of the night. Jose Godino involved. Lap 118. It looked like we were going to go green flag start to finish. There's Jose Godino in the blue and black car on the bottom. He pushes up. Oh, gets into the 11 and into Albie Hewins. Steven Seams catches a piece of it as well. Riding along with J-Dog Seams, who was the car caught up in it. Jason almost clears it, and you see Albie get caught up in it as well. And the fuel and tire and pit strategies all went out the window. Everybody can go the distance from here. Lataro, Octavio, and Petey are staying out. This is going to put some more cars back on the lead lap, and we're about to have a 50-lap dogfight to the end. Anybody want to make a prediction in the comments? While they get this whole thing sorted out, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We will be back for the green flag. And we are back as everybody gets stacked up. Looks like Jared Heasley getting a lap back. Gerald Poole getting a lap back. Steven Rex will be waved back to the lead lap as well. Looks like by the time this all shakes out, we'll have about 15 cars back on the lead lap. So a 15-car shootout, just over 50 laps to go. And nobody needs fuel or tires from here. What could possibly go wrong? I can tell you one thing that can go right, though. A restart is the perfect time to crank it up again and get loud. So once the pace car drops in, I'm going to shut up. You guys crank up your volume and listen to all that horsepower. As Danny cheering on Joe Campbell and the rest of the J&S Racing team. iRacing Pace Truck gets ready to pull in. Aaron Hillebush in the flag stand, getting ready to wave the green on the restart. And they have delayed the green flag. Looks like we are going to go green this time by everybody is stacked up, ready to go. 14 cars on the restart, back on the lead lap. This will definitely get interesting, folks. Here we go. Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air. Crank it up, everybody. Leads once again, this time by Octavio in second, but they have a lap car in the mix as it looks like we've got a few drivers hopping to the high side, getting ready to make that move, including Joe Campbell and Flying Ryan. Alex Gangler, who did that first and made up 15 spots in just a few laps, he is up top. Joe trying to make the move up to the high side. Shane Colmier hops up top as well. looks up high again. This time gets the nose past Shane. Shane can't move up. Ryan's still right there, but Joe just can't find the momentum he had earlier. Whoa, we've got one car dropping all the way to the bottom as Brandon Keiger. Now Joe's got the momentum up top. Meanwhile, that second group might actually be losing ground, led by Matt Pelletier. They're over a second behind that lead pack. Joe and Ryan, whoa! Joe getting very close to Shane that time. Lataro, Octavio, and Petey still the top three, but King Matthew the Bear right behind. And a lap car up in the mix. That second pack just not. They are losing ground rapidly on the lead pack. Pelletier currently in ninth, 1.9 seconds back, now 2 seconds behind Flying Ryan, who's at the back of the leader pack. The three Flaming Karma cars out front at the moment, followed by King Matthew the Bear, but Flying Ryan just set the fastest lap of the race. Joe might have the run up on the high side now. Ryan still trying to get up, back up to Joe's back bumper. Joe slides back into line. Lataro, Octavio, and Petey still nose to tail. Nobody coming between those three drivers. Oh, we've got a car in the wall. No caution. I believe it was Brandon Keiger. There will not be a caution. See if we can see what happened here. Oh, Joe tried to go up to the high side. Keiger thought he could get up there as well. Wasn't enough room, came across Joe's bumper and turned into the wall. Keiger has gone to pit road. His chance at a win gone. Remember, in XCAL, they do not have any fast repairs. Like what we see with Home Motorsports on Thursday nights. These guys, they get what they start with, and they've got to make sure they can make that car make it to the end. That did break up the lead pack just a little bit. Matt Bear goes with the top three. Shane Colmier, Flying Ryan, and Joe Campbell. 5th, 6th, and 7th, a little bit back behind, but starting to close back up. That second group, though, at the moment where all the action is, Matt Pelletier, Gerard Lawrence, nose to tail on the bottom. Wow. These guys are swinging really wide, trying to carry momentum. We saw Alex Gangler try and make that same attack he made early in the race on the restart. It did not work this time. He is mired now back in 10th place. Still a great run. Jared Heasley now in 11th. Gerald Poole in 12th. Jeff Edgar in 13th. Jeremy Root now in 14th. Stephen Ricks in 15th. Dean Webb now in 15th as he goes by on the high side. Austin Hakes back in the group in 16th. Sean Patrick in 17th. Steven Seams in 18th. Scott Lamp 19th. Jason Seams in 20th. Sean Andrews is back out on track. He is getting some help from the Bustin' at the Seams team, hoping to pick up a few positions. That 4-car lead pack has started to put some distance between them and the 3-car pack behind. Shane Colmier now over 1 second behind the Mad Bear. Matt Pelletier and crew, despite the fact they are a bigger group, they are side by side and not gaining any ground on that 3-car group ahead. And it looks like a few of them getting a little bumpy on corner exit. We may not be done with the cautions here tonight. It's worth reminding everybody, with 10 laps to go, there will not be any more cautions and no more waiver rounds. It's also worth noting, with about 5 laps to go at Plate Tracks, Joe Campbell, that is when he will find a miracle that puts him in victory lane. His win at the season opener at Charlotte in 2022 is still the stuff of legend. It was epic. Not exactly sure how many times Joe got hit in those final 5 laps, but he never lifted, and that car went to victory lane. This year, season opener, he went to victory lane again, but the car was in a lot better shape. He just needs this 3-car group to start gaining some ground on that lead pack. Meanwhile, this 3rd group back behind, continuing to lose ground. Jeremy Root up on the high side. We saw him pull away from a group earlier on. He has got help from Dean Webb now. These are 2 drivers that have raced together quite a bit. They might be able to pull something off and break away here. Neither driver on the lead lap, but they could stand to make up some ground. Whoa! Joe Campbell trying to go by Shane on the high side with the push from Flying Ryan. Looked like Shane got a little out of shape out of turn 2. Close call for all 3 drivers. It has been stated in the past, Flying Ryan is a great drafting partner and an exceptional pusher. Could he push Joe Campbell back to the lead pack? While they are side by side, they are losing ground. If Shane will drop back and slide in line, they still have a chance. But they're almost 3 seconds behind. They better get moving quickly. And while we have a moment of peace, we're going to take one final commercial break. When we come back, folks, we will take you to the finish. Don't go anywhere. We're going side by side. Folks, don't forget next week, 7:30, we go from plate racing here at Kansas to banging doors at Bristol, baby. Live right here next Tuesday night, 7:30 Eastern. Don't forget to check out the XCAL Racing web shop, xcalracing.com/shop. Get all your XCAL Racing gear. I wore my XCAL Racing Joe Campbell 2024 season opener winning shirt to my class reunion this past weekend. You want to look cool this winter? Get some XCAL gear now. Joe Campbell has lost the draft with Flying Ryan and Shane Colmier. He is about to be swallowed up by Matt Pelletier and crew. A lot of lap cars in that group. Matt Pelletier 8, Joe Campbell up on the high side in 7th. Flying Ryan and Shane Colmier just 2.3 seconds ahead, and Pelletier and group are closing in. Meanwhile, King Matthew the Bear at the back of the lead pack, 7 3/4 seconds ahead of Flying Ryan. That lead group, led by Lataro, continues to pull away. 24 laps to go here at Kansas. Anything could happen before tonight's over. See if we can see what happened with Joe Campbell. Why he suddenly... Oh! A bad bump from Flying Ryan. He ends up going down into Shane. Great job by Joe getting it off and keeping it off the wall. The car's still in one piece. As we've said in the past, he is never out of the fight. Wow. Great save, Joe. Lataro still out front, followed by Octavio, Petey, and Matt Bear. Lataro, Octavio, and Petey, though, do not appear to be pushing nearly as hard as they were early on in the race. Matt Bear right there with them. Matt is going to struggle to get any further up. 3 teammates ahead of him. Meanwhile, back in the big pack, well, Flying Ryan and Shane Colmy are about to get caught by this second group. Man, these guys are bumping and leaning on each other. From the looks of this group, you'd think they were racing for the win on the last lap. Not 19 to go. Joe Campbell did settle back into this group. He's currently in 10th. And it does look like Joe has some right side damage. Of course, he has won with heavy damage before, so I wouldn't count him out. Flying Ryan and Shane Colmy are about to be caught by this second pack. Now the question is, if this pack gets hooked up, gets single file, could they reel in the leaders? Nobody has been able to reel in that top 3 all night long. They are 3 wide. That is not what they need to do, but Flying Ryan at the front of the group. Shane Colmy stuck in the middle. He now finally finds an opening down on the bottom, settles in line. Right behind Pelletier and Flying Ryan now. The second group, 12.1 seconds behind the leaders. They're going to have to gain over a second a lap to have any shot at the win. Lautaro, Octavio, and Petey look like they have hooked it back up. They know there is a big group back there. Regardless of how far back it is, a bigger group is a threat. Octavio bumping the heck out of Lautaro, almost turning him. This second group, 3 wide. There are 2 lap cars on the high side. That is Dean Webb and Jeremy Root. Alex Gangler there in the middle. Jeff Edgar back behind. A lot of lead lap cars mixed in here. Battling with lap cars 3 wide at the moment. And it looks like most of these drivers, having been out here for well over 60 laps on a set of tires, the tires may be giving up just a little bit. We're seeing a lot more cars moving around the track. Seems like some of the grip may be going away here. Ryan currently holds on to 4th, Pelletier Ryan in 5th, Pelletier in 6th, nose to tail. None of the cars, the 4 cars on the high side are on the lead lap. Oh, wow! 12 laps to go here at Kansas. That top 4 are extending their lead. It is now almost 14 seconds over Flying Ryan. But now the question is, does this second group survive to the end? One concern these 4 drivers have right now is at the start-finish line, Aaron will say green, green, green. There will be no more cautions here tonight. If chaos breaks out behind, it could fill the track and the drivers up front could run into a huge problem in the waning laps of this race. The top 4 clearly far ahead, will not be caught. They are now 15 seconds ahead, but all the action really right now is back here. We'll keep a close eye on this top 4. But all the positions from 5th place Flying Ryan on back are still up for grabs. And as you see, every one of these drivers is racing for one of them. Lautaro continues to lead that group. I will say, Petey wants, this was a one-off race for Petey. He wants to go out on top with a win. Will his teammates help him out with that one? There is nobody helping anybody back here. Matt Pelletier currently sits in 6th. Shane Colmier in 7th. Alex Gangler in 8th. Gerald Poole in 9th. And Gerard Lawrence in 10th. Whoa! Dean Webb was right up on the wall coming through that, through 3 and 4 that time. Every one of these drivers trying to pick up 1 or 2 positions. Everybody has a call. Almost everybody in that group has somebody else in that group they can pass to pick up positions and points for their team. Lead 4 still side by. Now look at this. Petey now looks to the high side. Lautaro goes up. Octavio stays down. Octavio and Lautaro side by side up front. Petey trying. Oh! Oh, that got very close for Lautaro. Petey managing to slide down under. I think the teammates are not teammates anymore at this point. Back behind, everybody still side by side, 3 wide in the second pack. Octavio still in the lead. Dean Webb has had a problem. He has gone to pit road. Looks like Dean must have gotten the wall. We'll take another look here in a bit. Petey finding his way, trying to find a way into the lead. He is boxed in at the moment. And they are coming up on lap traffic with 2 to go. Oh, the Mad Bear got loose. He gets down below. Lautaro still holding on. Can Petey use the lap traffic? Can Octavio hold him off? Can Lautaro keep him boxed in? White flag one more time around. Who's it gonna be? And will this lap traffic come into play? Octavio goes up high. Oh! Holy cow, Sean Andrews had a problem. Oh my God, Seams is in the wall. He gets Petey. And out of turn 4, Octavio will win again. Lautaro Lamperti comes home at second. King Matthew the Bear finishes third. take a look, see what happened with Dean. Oh, looks like the acorn just drifts up, gets into Dean, and Dean meets the wall. The leader's catching up to Sean Andrews. Looks like Petey gets a bad bump on Sean. Man, he tried for half the back straightaway to save that one. And then we saw the incident with Steven Seams. Petey bumps him, and Seams comes up. Matt Bear barely able to avoid it. What a finish! Just waiting to get a word with our top three. Don't forget, next Tuesday night, 7:30, we will be back at Bristol, baby. And you thought that last lap was exciting. Wait till we get there where they knock the fenders plumb off the cars. Petey did manage to come home fourth. Flying Ryan managed to pull off fifth. Matt Pelletier in sixth. Stephen Colmere in seventh. Gerard Lawrence eighth. Alex Gangler in ninth. Joe Campbell held on for a top 10 finish. We don't have the king yet, but let's talk to our top two, starting with Lautaro Octavio. Another 1-2 finish for you guys. It's becoming a very common theme.
Hi, Doug. Wow, what a race, man. We had it in the hand with Petey at the beginning. That caution completely ruined our strategy, but we made it, man. That was tough in the end.
It definitely looked like it, but man, you guys were hooked up all night long, and all three of you just monstered away from the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, a great finish for both of you. Another great team effort. Anybody you guys would like to thank?
First, I will let Lautaro to thank everybody. Lauti, manda saludos a quien vos quieras.
Hello, Doc. Mandar saludos a todos los que están viendo. Muchas gracias, Pool. Gracias, Octavio. Tremenda carrera. Empujando toda la carrera. Gracias, Piti, también. La verdad que no doy más. Fue una carrera tremenda. Aguantando todo el tiempo ahí, Octavio. Pusheando a full. Fue tremendo. Y el final fue buenísimo.
Well, he say first thanks to everybody watching, to Jerry Poole, to Petey, all the league. Yeah, the end was extremely hard, extremely difficult to manage, but it was great. He want to say thanks to all the team, so that's great. He's extremely tired.
I can imagine you both are. Anybody
I do as well.
I can imagine, man. Anybody you'd like to thank, buddy?
Yeah, same. Jerry Poole, Petey, all the Flaming Gamma Racing team, our car sponsor, everybody. To Admin Box, Flaming Gamma Paint Shop, Tricooler Crew, Bad Kicker, Sim Racer Hub, you, for the broadcast. You made it in the last moment. That's great. And to AJ also for the support. This race was in memory friendly as well. We we had 3 wins in 3 races. That's amazing, man.
Well, great job, man. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you so much, Zach. See you next time.
And we got third place, King Matthew the Bear. Matt, that last lap got a bit wild. And looking back when we checked the replay, man, it got very, very close for you.
Yeah, I mean, I was just fortunate that we didn't have anybody behind us right there, and we were able to finish in third and maintain a decent little points night tonight. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I could have done different. I was talking with Petey about it right there, and they defended that very well. I mean, they done what they needed to do to make sure that Octavio got the win. Luckily, I was able to finish up P3 tonight. I had a decent car, decent speed all night. Yeah, I mean, it was decent overall all night, but I mean, we still got 4 more races to go and 3 more short tracks coming up where anything can happen over these next 4 races. So you just got to buckle up and be tuned in and ready to go these next 3 in a row, because these next 3 are probably going to decide what happens in that final race.
Oh, it definitely will be. Next week will be wild at Bristol. Man, congratulations, buddy. Great job.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
And let's get a quick word with the man, the myth, the legend. Petey, you're back in XCAL, and I know how bad you wanted the win tonight.
Oh man, Doug, I wasn't even expecting to get interviewed. I was just talking to the boys down there. Yeah, I was working with Latoro and Octavio all night long. They were my teammates, and we played it perfect, right? We covered the field, we dominated that thing, and me and Matt Bear, I'm sure you remember back in the day, Doug, me and Matt Bear always worked very good together. We won the massive well, PD helping each other, and me and Matt Bear just seemed to always find each other at the end of these plate races and get in the mix. And that was the case again tonight, but I gotta give props. Latoro and Octavio saw it coming, they blocked both lanes, and there was just nothing that me and Matt could have done there. They played it pretty perfectly. I was trying to push Octavio ahead so I could maybe try to make a move on him, but lap traffic just kind of became a factor there at the end. But it was good to run that race. I'm really glad that Jerry Poole let me run, and I got to make him proud, keeping the car up front for most of the race, and it was a pleasure working with those guys.
Oh man, I gotta say, I know you said this may be a one-off tonight, but what are the chances of seeing you back for Bristol next week?
0%. You will not see me at Bristol. You will never probably see me run an XCAL race again at a non-super speedway, but I gave a lot to this league. I put a lot into this league. I dedicated a lot of time, money, resources, and I feel like a lot of my ideas are spread all over this league, and I want to leave this league a winner. That is my goal. I'm going to run these super speedway races until I win one, and whenever I win one, I'll retire in victory lane. But that didn't happen tonight. We were close, so I'll probably be back at Charlotte next.
Well, man, look forward to seeing you again, buddy. Great job. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Doug. Pleasure seeing you as well, buddy.
PDJ Zeller. Sounds like we'll get to see him more in the future. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys all had as much fun as we did. Don't forget, next Tuesday night, we are back, and tomorrow night, C12 Motorsports at 9 Eastern. Make sure you tune in for that as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everyone.